It was ridiculous. It was like USA, USA, as they fucking tore apart this guy's umbrella. It's like, what is going on here?
Okay.
Hello, friends. I'm Kyle,
I'm Will.
I'm Julian.
and these are my friends, and welcome to another episode of the Games with Friends show.
These are the games.
We are the friends.
So music. We like that shit.
It exists.
We have gone to a lot of concerts together, especially Julian and I.
Yeah.
Um,
We're like a concert couple.
how many? We went to. I think it got up to 7 or 8 concerts together.
Yeah. Well, let's count them. It was Chili Peppers,
Chili Peppers?
Metric, Band of Skulls, Imagine Dragons, Tegan and Sarah.
Tegan and Sarah.
Was there another one?
This is
Vampire Weekend.
Vampire Weekend, 21 Pilots.
21 Pilots.
So it's 7.
That's 7, yeah.
I got a lot of Snapchats from you guys at 21 Pilots.
That was such a great concert.
It's almost
It looked
like you were
a good
there.
concert.
I'm going to see them again
Stop
in
crying.
September.
Really?
Yeah, with my friend at SWAT.
I don't like them anymore. I don't
Really?
like their direction. I listened to their new song and it sounded like bad EDM. And then also, Josh Dunn is wearing guy liner these days, which I don't support.
Is he the
Choice.
drummer or the
Yeah,
singer?
no, that's okay. He can do whatever he wants.
Mick
I just
Jagger
like-
did that for a bit.
they're just kind of like becoming a little too like the other bands that are signed to Fueled by Ramen, which I don't really like so much.
You think they're like taking like
Fall Out Boy and Paramore
Feel Like
and,
Ramen does Fall Out Boy?
and Panic at the Disco, all
Oh.
those.
I haven't listened to their
Punk
new
bands.
stuff. You fucking loved the Chili Peppers. You still
I did. No, I still love them. I mean, I've since gotten into other bands, but like they're like still like I still consider them to be like one of the great bands in music.
You
Yeah.
would always like do like there's like a period, I forget when it was, but like there was like a period where you would consistently do a Man Crush Monday on Instagram and post a picture of the lead singer Anthony Kiedis.
Kiedis. Yeah. No, I was really into them. Like probably like 80% of my thoughts per day were about Chili Peppers.
Oh, but and then
You started getting the Strokes a lot senior year though.
Yeah, and like I'm really into them now.
but that wasn't even the only time that we saw Chili Peppers. You mean Ethan saw them at a music fest in Atlanta.
Yeah, Music Midtown.
Was that how many times have you seen them?
And I've seen, and then the year before that,
You see them
I saw them at Lollapalooza. So I've been lucky enough to see my favorite band 3 times. Yeah.
That Music Midtown was
Yeah.
that was great. That was so
Music Midtown was amazing. Even though we had to stand up. We
we
like
saw
did not.
in one day.
We
We
stood
saw
for like straight up like 10 hours.
yeah.
God.
We got there around 1
Yeah.
and we left around 11 p.m.
Jesus Christ, dude.
We stayed at the same stage.
Yeah.
I
But
never
like,
left to like use the bathroom or anything.
yeah, like we didn't
Or
drink,
drink water.
We were so dehydrated.
We
It's
were
like,
let's
we were
not
like,
drink water so we don't have to leave to pee.
yeah, we didn't drink or eat for those 10 hours and we were just standing. And it was also raining when we got there.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
It was
It worth it, though.
ridiculous.
We saw Weezer, and people just went ham during Weezer. Like towards the end of the set, like Weezer's kind of like like a nice like kind of like nerdy band or whatever, but like people were just like moshing it like hard. Then we saw Arctic Monkeys, followed by Yeah Yeah Yeahs, and then the Chili Peppers were the finale.
Arctic Monkeys that was a rough, like not for them, rough for us. Like
Yeah.
that was like when people really started squishing in.
Yeah.
And like Julian and I got separated by a few people, and it was just like you were like, didn't you say you were like being grinded by
I was
something?
straight up like some dude straight up grinding on me, and like I was straight up grinding on some dude. Like just like impossible to
What are you
avoid.
gonna do? Yeah.
You remember that old guy? Like remember during Weezer that like middle-aged dude who was like getting
Oh,
high
yeah.
with some teenagers?
Dude, that was so funny. Yeah, there were like some kids like smoking a J like in front of us. There was this dude who's like, "Can I have a hit?" He's like talking about Jane's addiction and stuff. Sorry, I just burped. But like that was a fun time.
That was ridiculous. And we tried to make a fucking sign for
Oh, yeah.
Weezer.
I made a sign like at school, like before we even left on the plane to get there, but I forgot it on the plane. And so
Yeah.
the day of
no, the day before
second-
Weezer, because we got there.
I think it was the day of, bro. We got
No.
there at 1. And I think I was working on it
No.
the
We
whole
got
morning.
we got to Atlanta the day before because there was stuff going like
Yeah.
It was like a 2-day thing.
Yeah.
So we made it that day.
I think you're wrong.
Am I
Maybe
wrong?
We made it the day of.
Did we make it the morning
Yeah.
of? Okay.
Because like I remember like someone went out to like CVS to buy like markers and stuff so I could like
It was like
color in the
Ethan's
sign.
grandparents.
It
or
was
something.
like it was a sign that was requesting that Weezer play Pink Triangle, which is at the time was one of my favorite songs. But
Did they do it?
no, I mean, it said first of all we were like way too far back for them to read our sign.
And it was also raining.
And it was also raining, so like the sign totally fell apart. But what was good about it was that we just told everyone around us like, "Yo, we have this sign. Like, let us go in front of you." And we actually like moved up like a lot.
Yeah, we moved on so
Yeah.
much. It was so
But
stupid.
then
It was
there
just, like,
is-
so stupid.
But as soon as we got there, I was like holding up that sign. And it was just like disintegrating from the wall.
And there were like people behind
we were
us
just
yelling.
like, "Put that down."
wait, you remember doing Chili Peppers? That fucker with the umbrella?
Oh my god.
There was this guy
Yes.
with this giant umbrella.
Yeah.
It was at least like double my I would say at least like at least my arm span, if not greater.
Yeah,
And
just
it was
went-
like-
it stopped raining.
Yeah, it wasn't raining, and it was like it had a really long pole, so it went really high.
Yeah,
So it basically just blocked the view of a bunch of people.
yeah.
And then they were like, take it down. And then so like it took him a while to fucking notice.
Yeah.
But finally after like a song, he like started lowering it back. And then as soon as it got low enough for people to like to reach up, people jumped and grabbed the thing and tore it
Fucking
apart.
tore that shit apart. They were
It was insane. And then they started chanting USA. It was ridiculous. It was like USA, USA, as they fucking tore apart this guy's umbrella. It's like, what is going on here?
That was insane. I remember, like, there's also like a really funny like little like dialogue between Flea and Anthony Kiedis. Like Flea was like, "We're happy to be here, sweaty testicles and all," and then Anthony was just like, "Did you just say we're happy to be here, 20 testicles and all?" And he's like, "Yes." He's like, "Usually I have 18, but today I have 2 extra," or something like that. It's just like
It was
such
like, no,
a weird
like,
conversation.
It was like Flea said, I have an extra one.
Yeah.
And Anthony was like, so you normally have 19. And he's like,
Good
yes.
times. Good times.
Oh my god.
I wish all the bands I liked weren't like dead.
Honestly,
Same,
like
bro.
what?
Like, or not
What's like
even,
the one band that like you would love to see in their prime that no longer like some of the members are dead or whatever, or like they're all dead or whatever.
Or not together, or just not.
Or not, yeah, you know, like
Like
a band that's impossible.
Like
to
the
see.
Rolling Stones are still together, but like,
yeah, the Stones are still together, but they're like,
like that's a viable option.
I
But
love
they're
them.
old
I love
shit.
them, but they're really bad now. They like Keith has arthritis. He can't hold a guitar. Mick, like, I don't think he knows that he's on a stage. And they're like, no, oh my god, Charlie Watts, the drummer. Like,
Yeah.
he actually, if you look at him, I don't think he knows what's going on. It's sad. It's like depressing because he plays the same drum beat over every song.
Really?
Yeah, and he was like a jazz drummer when he got with the Stones. He was like originally a jazz drummer. His like drumming, you know, it was never like crazy, but it was just like he had these amazing rhythms. That's like where him and Keith came in. Like Keith had amazing rhythm, and like Charlie Watts just now like every song is the same. And it's kind of like sad. It's honestly looking into his eyes is like one of the saddest things you could do.
That
It's
sounds
like,
horrible.
yeah, I don't know. Like, God,
Like,
like
why are they still together? Why are they playing?
Kashish, man,
Yeah.
Kashish.
They're
That's-
millionaires. They have more money than they or their children could ever spend.
Actually, that's so true. I like the fact that they're still touring for one reason, just to say that they're the longest continuous band in history so far. Because a lot of bands are celebrating 50-year anniversaries like
They haven't
this
been
decade because you know a lot of them started in the '60s. The Stones have been together that whole time, you know, and they're like the only band that has. So that's like pretty impressive. But other than that, the one band, if I could see them in their prime, not the even the Stones are like up there for me, not the Stones because they're like a jukebox of hits. They just play like a lot of hits.
I think I know what you're gonna say.
Yeah, Zeppelin.
Yeah.
What?
I would see.
No way.
Fuck you.
Shocker.
Fuck you.
What would you say, Nirvana?
I don't know. I would probably say like I'm like Zeppelin would be amazing too. Nirvana would be awesome. But like I've seen like concert videos from Nirvana and like being in the crowd, like a Nirvana crowd, just seems really dangerous. And scary.
Dangerous.
There's just like so much moshing. Like 90, like grunge. The grunge scene is just like insane.
That's the
Like,
thing. Like in Zeppelin's era, they were still like. It was still the era where like the concert goers were probably the most drugs that they were doing was probably just weed, you know. So they were all probably like very chill. They were all probably very relaxed, and so like I don't know, like just to see Zeppelin, because like if you saw them in like the prime, like between like 72 and 75, like because in like 77, the Jimmy Page was just like he was on a heroin binge,
Jesus
and he was like
Christ.
he was playing really really badly live. But to see them like in their prime when they weren't sick of doing Stairway yet, you know, they weren't sick of like doing their hits, but they were still releasing material. That would have been, I mean. Like that would have been
Like when the passion
so
was still
intense.
there before
Yeah,
they
exactly.
got into the drugs.
No, they were doing the drugs.
Okay, but until the drugs ruined their lives.
Sure. And then, John Bonham died in 1980 because, like, when they found
was he?
he was the drummer,
Oh.
Bonzo. When they, like, did the autopsy, he had something the equivalent of, like, 40 shots of vodka in him. He was a depressive drunk. He drank when he was, like, away from his family.
Holy shit.
So he drank on tours and stuff. But, like, I don't know. To see them would have been pretty crazy because, like, you know, if you saw another band, you could see a hard rock band, you could see a folk rock band, you could see whatever. They did all that. Like they did, you know, you can go there to see Black Dog or Heartbreaker or something like just the
Like some classic hard rock.
heavy guitar riffs but then you could also hear Going to California. And I mean, like the
Dire
band,
Maker.
yeah, and then you get like the weird one-offs. Like I mean, they have a reggae song. Zeppelin does reggae. That's kind of weird. And then, yeah, I mean, just a song like Going to California, it's beautiful acoustic, like mandolins and everything. So yeah, I would definitely see them because they have the widest range. The other band, Grateful Dead. Grateful
not
Dead. They're actually doing they're doing a final concert.
Final.
No, actually, like an actual final, like as Grateful
Yeah.
Dead. They haven't played since '95 when Jerry
Oh, wow.
Garcia died. He was like their lead singer. He's like the main singer, lead guitarist. He was like the heart and soul of the band. He's the famous guy with the big ass beard. But to see them, every concert was different. Every time they played the same song, it was different. They didn't have set lists
Yeah.
when they did concerts.
Wow.
Their concerts were famous for you would go to the parking lot and hang out for hours before. You know, this was a time where it was like peace and love, so everyone was just handing out LSD and shrooms and weed to each
No
other.
one had
It's like-
jobs.
yeah, and like nobody had jobs. This was like they created the hippie. They were a huge component for
When
the hippie
was Grateful
subculture.
Dead around? 'Cause I actually don't know.
They started like '66
Okay.
around there, but they didn't become a thing until after they played the Acid Test. The Acid Test were like this group of John Kesey or something. Weed was made illegal in '37, but LSD was legal all the way until 1971.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So there was a period of time, like the Summer of Love in '67 or '68.
No, wasn't Summer of Love 69?
I thought it was '67.
69. I mean, it just makes sense. Like,
But I thought it was Summer of Love and Woodstock were the same year.
I don't know if they were, but either way,
Whatever.
the point is, at that time,
Yeah.
like late '60s, once the hippie movement like started becoming a thing, there were these things called the acid tests. This guy would get a van. I don't know if you've seen Across the Universe, the movie, the
I have.
Beatles thing. Well, they replicated there with Bono as like John Kesey. I keep probably butchering his name. But he would drive around to different states and do these acid tests. It was a giant party with acid. And so, everyone would come. You get a bit of acid, and you just trip the fuck out, and you like take it easy and like see whatever's going on. Grateful Dead was the house band for the
No
acid
way.
test. That's how they got big because in '66 they were like Jerry Garcia was like working at a guitar store. He was like doing a lot of folky stuff. Then he met up with all the other folks, and they started doing a lot of like they brought in like more blues influences and stuff. And then like '69 onward, I'd say like their peak was like early '70s. They had a lot of variations, so like late '70s they had crazy stuff coming out too. But once like the '70s, Grateful Dead basically, early '70s and late '70s, not so much the mid, they like really got into their groove of, you know, like the giant concerts with like all the Deadhead stoners just hanging out in the parking lots, and then they invent like the tie-dye T-shirts were like invented in their parking lots. That's where people started doing it for the first
No
time.
way.
So then you would go into the concert. They didn't really have a set list. People would just kind of say whatever they wanted to hear. Jerry Garcia was probably
It's crazy not having a set list.
yeah, I know that's unheard of now, and they were like mistakes and all, you know, like
Yeah, you just go to
amazing
chill.
guitarist, but like he'd fuck up all the time. He was probably half stoned most of the time, like so. I mean, he was
It's
just
more
like,
of like just an event where you get to hang out and shit.
it's honestly like getting together with a bunch of friends and saying like, hey, like, oh, what are like just holding a guitar and saying like, oh, do you guys like what do you want to play? Oh, let's do that song. Yeah, that's a good one. We haven't done that in a while. And they would, so that's why. And then they had like some staple songs that, Deadhead still talk about it. Like if you were lucky enough to hear Dark Star at a concert, like if you went to a concert and it just happened to be one of the times they played Dark Star, you made it. It's like.
Was it like?
It's like a jam that they would go on for like 21 minutes kind of thing.
God.
It's like these long. It starts off just it's like a story.
Is
honestly.
that like one of I can't even name like one Grateful Dead song.
Really?
Except Dark Star, which I just heard right now.
Wait, let me think.
It's like Eyes of the World.
Oh wait, Grateful.
I just rolled this.
They have that one song, Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds or something.
No wait, they had.
Jerry Garcia does a good cover of that.
I want to prove that I can name.
That's
a
the other
song.
thing.
Sure,
See,
yes.
because of how chill as a band they were, they would just do covers. People would yell to them like, do Tangled Up in Blue by Dylan, and they would just do. They did do Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds a few times. People would just chant out like these songs.
Did they have a song named American Band?
They had an album called American Beauty.
Never mind, I can't name a song. What's like a famous song?
A famous song is Casey Jones.
Casey Jones. I know that song.
That's the other thing. Like, if you're gonna listen to Grateful Dead, and this is like advice, it's not like their studio recordings. The way that a lot of like, this is like getting into music history. Very very brief.
It's okay. This is a conversational show.
So like blues, the way the blues worked was. There are very few blues recordings. I mean, very few. They add up, and I'm sure there's a lot. But the way that blues musicians worked is it wasn't so much on developing new material. It was just on playing actual existing songs. That's why after a while, nobody knows who's written some songs. For the most part, Willie Dixon wrote a lot, and then Muddy Waters would write some, and then everyone played each other's stuff. But the idea was you make like 2 or 3 recordings over the period of like decades, and those recordings were advertisements for you to come to their shows. The way that it turned around with the rock and roll world was, bands would play a lot of concerts, but it was to advertise their vinyls. That's why you have suddenly you have album compilations. You listen to something like Pink Floyd, you listen to the album. And so their whole thing was about, come check us out at our concert, and you like what you heard, go buy our stuff, go buy our vinyls and everything. And that's how they made money in the rock and roll world as opposed to blues. The Grateful Dead were more of the blues, not in terms of playing, but in the style of let's record a little bit. Oh, you heard this song, Casey Jones, you liked it? Come to our concerts. Mm-hmm. And these were unheard of, even at the time. These 4-hour concerts.
Wow.
Literally, maybe a few breaks in between when they were to get more beer, it was just these long ass things, just after a while you're just sitting around and everyone's really out of it, and they're like, oh okay, we could do that song, yeah, and just you start playing just goes on and on, and
That's
it was
crazy. Most concerts are hour and a half maybe, of the
I
band
mean,
actually playing on stage.
so in terms of actual recordings of their famous songs that are actually people say oh maybe the recording is better than the live stuff, Casey Jones, and I like Uncle John's band. That's another.
But do they have live albums?
Yeah, they've done a few. The Reckoning, Dead Set, Europe '72. They have a few live albums, and those are the ones that's the other thing. They were so just this whole talk about Grateful Dead, but they were just such a one-off band. There's no other band like them. Fish is a
Fish with a P.
Fish with a PH is this. They're a newer for a younger generation kind of Grateful Dead. But the Grateful
They're
Dead
a huge stoner band.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same thing as Grateful Dead, and they were very much of you hang out in the parking lot kind of thing, and it's all very chill. But they would set up this whole area reserved for cameras. They encouraged you. Their ticket prices were so cheap, but the thing is, they played so many shows that they encouraged you to bring a camera, film the show, and then at the end pick up your camera. And so if you go on YouTube, they're probably one of the bands that you can see the most of. You can type in a year, type in a place, and they probably played that year and that
Grateful
place
Dead?
at some point. Yeah. Grateful Dead have played so many shows because their whole thing, again,
Was about playing shows, come and hang out.
it wasn't about the studio recordings, So that's why, there's a song that I love playing with Reed, and it's called Dire Wolf. The studio recording is so bad. It's laughable. It's so horrendous. But then their live versions, they do it acoustic, and like, oh my god, it's such a cool song. And they do everything. They get into like the bluesy side. They get into like the more psychedelic rock. They get into, I mean, the whole acid test thing. They get into like the folk, straight up pure folk country. Like they do everything. Grateful Dead's pretty prolific. So yeah,
I will check them out.
Zeppelin or Grateful Dead is what I would see. And yes, please check out Grateful Dead. They're so good.
What are you, Julian?
Led Zeppelin is definitely one of them that I would like to see. I mean, I'm wearing a Nirvana t-shirt, so I'm gonna say like Nirvana. I mean, obviously, like it's just hard for me to pick one, but like
Sure.
Oh, yeah.
there are like more that I can just like say a lot, you know. But like I have seen the Red Hot Chili Peppers 3 times, but I've seen them post John Frusciante's departure from the band, and
To see them back with Frusciante.
like back with Frusciante, like
He's a guitarist.
I mean, like yeah, but like the thing is, like there's just like so many like different like periods of like Red Hot Chili Peppers that like are all like awesome.
Yeah,
in
they've
their
changed a
own
lot as a band.
way. Like they've like they started like in 1983. Like people like if you're lucky, like most people like probably know like their stuff off like Californication and Stadium Arcadium.
yeah, they'll know like Danny
And then, like,
California and like
Under the Bridge, of course.
Like,
Yeah,
Under the Bridge.
But like other than Under the Bridge, like most people like that have a casual relationship with like Red Hot Chili Peppers don't know like any other songs off Blood Sugar Sex Magic.
yeah.
So
That's
like
Well,
to see them,
the title track, Blood Sugar Sex
yeah,
Magic, is great.
Exactly. Yeah. Like so like seeing them even in the early '80s, like even though I don't particularly like that music compared to the ones like the type of music that they were releasing earlier. I mean later, like it was still like be amazing because they're just so like energetic and crazy
Yeah,
and
their,
just like
their live shows
fucked up
look
on
so
drugs.
fun.
Yeah. But yeah, like I don't know. It's like I think what Will said is like makes a lot of sense. Like being able to see a band like in their prime, like
Yeah.
that's like the coolest thing.
For me, like I don't like those big stadium shows or those like giant arenas or whatever. Like I don't enjoy that. Like
Yeah.
my favorite type of thing is like
Small
a concert with like just a few hundred people.
Yeah.
So I would like love to go back and like see bands before they got big. Like
That'd be interesting.
I would love to see the Beatles when they were just a little like band in
They
Liverpool.
were playing in the cavern.
Yeah, playing in the cavern in Liverpool. Like I would love to see that. With like just like hear them like play like what was like Shake It Up Baby now. Twist and Shout.
Twist and Shout,
I
yeah.
had to sing that to remember. Like hear them like see them like with just like a like have that more intimate experience with the band. And I would like like that. I think that would be so cool because like I love like these bands that like these lesser known bands like Band of Skulls or like
That was so fun.
Sanford Man, like these smaller known bands that like I've gotten to see, and it's like great when like it's just like you and like maybe 200-300
You know, they're
other
like
people.
and they're like tuning on stage and
Yeah.
everything. It's,
And
like,
it's
so
just, like-
informal. Yeah.
like I love that and like it just makes it feel intimate. Like when we went to see Band of Skulls, it was so cool. Like afterwards, like we were like going to the car and like we saw like I think it was like the drummer or something walking out. And
Yeah.
like we stopped and talked to him, and then like we were hanging out, and then like he went inside their like trailer or whatever, and then like we went back inside, and like the guitarist and singer were just chilling at the bar there,
Yeah.
like, and we just like got to talk to them, we got to take pictures with them, and it was like there were like maybe a few dozen other people there, but it was like so chill.
Yeah.
Like, I love that.
Well, that's really cool.
Like they're just people too.
yeah. So no, that's true. So imagine like your favorite bands before they were big.
Yeah, like I would love to do
Just
that for
small
like.
thing, yeah.
I adore the Beatles, so I'd like love to do that for them. I'd love to see Freddie Mercury when he was just starting
That would
out.
be so weird. That'd be. Could you imagine like a guy like imagine those kind of guys like Freddie Mercury, Robert Plant from Zeppelin, and like Roger Daltrey from the Who. These guys with these big voices, these loud voices in like a small pub. That'd be so weird.
Yeah.
You'd be like,
Yeah.
like just taken aback, like holy crap, yeah, like
Yeah.
no, and that's the other thing. Imagine the first time. Imagine like the first times like for people. You know, we look back like we weren't even around. A lot of the bands disbanded, or a lot of the members died years before we were even born. But like, imagine you're like in like the middle of the '60s, music isn't that like. Music has just kind of been like the leftovers of the 50s. It's been going on. And, like Motown is developing. You get a lot of like the R&B soul kind of stuff. Then like imagine the first time you're walking somewhere and you hear on the radio, you're driving in your car or you go and buy a vinyl. And just holy crap. You hear like the first track off of the first Zeppelin album, Good Times, Bad Times. Down out. And you're just like down out. And you're just like holy like crap.
Nothing you've ever heard before.
And then even like now what you're saying, like imagine being like seeing them and just these bands that were there was no comparable thing like them before, and you just hear these loud like not even necessarily heavy stuff, but just these like powerful like guitars and powerful vocals, and you're just like holy crap, this is new, this is like it's
very different from what came before.
It's like turning over the whole the whole like everything that was around musically, and you're just like, oh my god. And then it, like at the time, maybe you think like, oh, this is a one-off kind of thing, you know? This is like kind of like this is the outlier. This is like a really weird band. Then holy crap! Then this like late '60s, and then all throughout the '70s, this keeps happening. Mm-hmm. And then seeing Kurt Cobain, like the first time that you see Kurt Cobain, like before they were big, it must have been like. Just see this guy who's like, you know, he's kind of like drooping around. And you're like, what the hell's his deal? And then he sings like again, like I'm not nearly as into Nirvana as you are. So I just know like the basics like Lithium.
Yeah.
You hear the yeah. Just like whoa, like it's like so intense and like it just I don't know that must have been so weird.
Like you think about like these like it's kind of like these like revolutions in like popular music.
No, totally, yeah.
Like, it kind of sucks. Like nowadays, like I'm not like a fan of like the popular music nowadays. But I guess like in some ways, like it is still like a revolution. It's like
no, yeah, I'm sure it's still going on. I just
think about like I know it's not ours like not our thing, but like house music and like all that like really like electronic and dubstep like. 20 years ago, no one could have ever thought of someone thinking of this as like being considered music.
Imagine the first time someone made a dubstep song.
Yeah.
When they stepped back in their creation, they're probably like, did I do this?
Did I invent a new type of music?
Yeah, no, actually though, and it's like, is there anything kind of like this? I mean, I'm sure there's like a history of like different type of electronic stuff that leads up to it, but like the first time that like the dubstep song
like made it big or something.
Yeah, and it's just like wow, like they created this whole other thing. I don't know. That stuff is always like kind of cool.
Like it's very like all stuff's foreign to me. It's not what I like, but like it's like crazy to think about like the journey that music's taking.
Totally, man.
And like it would have been amazing like be there at like the inception of like hard rock or like the inception of grunge.
That would be pretty weird. I mean, yeah.
Like imagine like the 90s were probably like the 90s had a lot of shit going on in them, but like imagine like just being a teenager in the 90s would be so weird.
Yeah.
Or like marching with a crowd like with MOK or something, and Bob Dylan was there like playing his songs.
I would fucking love to see Dylan like
Dylan
just, like,
in his time. Now he's like so. Now he's a walking jukebox, which is exactly why Zeppelin doesn't want to perform anymore. Because Robert Plant literally said like. He ripped up like they gave him some millionaires like a big fan of Zeppelin said like I'm offering you guys like you know X amount of money. It was like crazy amount to tour again.
Yeah.
Robert Plant just ripped it up like the whatever the paper was, and he just said I'm not a walking jukebox.
Yeah, like they don't need money.
Fans were outraged, but at the same time you
it's
think
so
about it
like that's.
I'm happy Zeppelin hasn't turned into the Stones.
It's like integrity.
Yeah, and I love the Stones. I mean they're my phone case thing, and they're like I love the Stones, but. They're a joke. Like right now, they're a joke, and I'm happy Zeppelin hasn't evolved into that. Zeppelin always maintained the aura of like the mystical, like the other kind of band.
And this one girl in a bikini, I don't know what the fuck she was thinking. She comes over, and I'm like lying flat on my back on the floor. She stands over me with her legs like I'm like this. She straddles me like this, and just starts dancing like that. And I'm like, what?